The latest LEGO Collectable Minifigure series is here, and now that I've got all 12, it's time to take a good look at each figure and rank them from worst to best. Feel free to leave your own ranking in the comments below, and let's kick things off with the hamster costume fan. Yeah, probably the most simple minifigure from this series in terms of detail, with some white print for the fluffy stomach and a little tail at the back. The legs and arms are both dual moulded though, which is nice to see, and then there's this new hamster costume headpiece. I like the little teeth moulded into it and the big cheeks. Of course it is open to show the minifigure face inside, with both expressions being really similar to last year's mushroom sprite. It also comes with 2 cucumber slices for accessories. Overall, it's okay, but not one that I particularly care for. I've said it before, but I do prefer the costume figures where the face is fully enclosed. Next, we've got the longboarder, a very casual looking minifigure with those ripped jeans and torso showing some writing on the front and both arms. She does get this grey backpack as well, but there's no printing below it. The face appears full of determination, but also shows signs of a past injury with that band-aid, and the second face is much happier. All of that is topped off by a recolor of the hidden side cat piece, now in black with green hair. Of course, she's got this new longboard which she can skate around on, which is a decent new accessory, but there's nothing too special going on with this one. In 10th place, it's the cat lover, who gets a ball of string, some scratched up trousers, and a really nicely designed jumper with lots of cats lining it from front to back and also on the arms as well. His face meanwhile starts off smiling but then gets a bit roughed up from having to deal with a playful cat, which of course is included as a new piece, standing proud and looking quite fluffy indeed. All around, another pretty okay minifigure. 9th place goes to the pterodactyl costume fan. Another animal costume from this series, only this time prehistoric in nature. There are some claws printed on the feet, but the legs are otherwise plain, while the torso has some simple print for the pterodactyl body, with these really cool looking new arm pieces for the wings, complete with print as well. There's no print on the back of this one though, which is a little bit disappointing. The mask of course captures the shape of a pterodactyl decently I think, with the actual minifigure face showing through as well. She may be happy at first, but turn that head around and there's a vicious side waiting to be unleashed. In 8th place, it's Astronomer Kid. The minifigure itself is pretty simple, with plain turquoise mid-legs while the torso is orange. I love the little rocket ship printed on it though, and it also introduces this new arm which can attach to the prosthetic handpiece from last year. The back has a tiny bit of print at the top, but it's otherwise plain as well. The face is nicely done though, with one side smiling and the other winking so she can look through this telescope, which is the only accessory included. It is a really well done build though. It's simple but effective, and even introduces a new piece for its tripod. At 7, we've got the plush toy collector. This is definitely better than I thought it was going to be. I like the 2 plush toys included, each one with a different print, which are pretty cute. The minifigure itself is simply dressed from head to toe in a lavender onesie. I do like how cozy this looks with its fluffy design, and I love the arm print with a rabbit head on the left and a paw print on the right. The back also has a rabbit ear hood hanging down. It would have been nice if they made a new piece for this so you can switch out the hairpiece if you want, but it's not the end of the world. And the face looks pretty happy, with a second face showing her deep in relaxation, all topped off with that Monkey Kid hairpiece recoloured in pink. Crossing the finish line in 6th place, it's the Jetpack Racer. This is the most detailed one we've seen so far, with a jetpack outfit covered in black, red and blue details. He's got sponsors from different LEGO companies like Octan, and on the back there's this jetpack build with a blue cone to represent the thruster. Underneath that we can see a bigger jetpack printed with some information displayed and a power button. The helmet is definitely the best part of this one. I love this new mold which is dual molded with a trans red visor so you can see the racer's face showing through. Taking that off, his head is well protected with a white mask and a second face showing him smiling, hopefully after a good victory. It's quite similar to the astronaut head from last year, so you can swap the two around if you want, as they do work really well on each figure. Stomping into the top 5 now with the goofy bogeyman. He's simple, but he's really fun. The print to the legs and torso is quite similar to those old Yeti figures, with a bit of fur printed front and back, but the main attraction is his big new headpiece. The face print is huge, with a wide open grin and big red eyes. It also has some horns that you can adjust to make some even funnier expressions. The back is simple, but I like the way the fur has been moulded in here, even if it does cover up all the back print. His accessory is simply this book with a spooky forest on the front cover, and inside is a page all about the bogeyman. I wonder if this is a warning he's found, or if it's his autobiography. In 4th place, we have Cupid, the Roman god of love, so another good addition to the Roman collection. Dressed in some simple Roman attire, he's got a red belt plus a heart with golden arrows struck through it up here. I also like the little gold bracelet printed on his arm. It's simple, but it works. Of course, as this is Cupid, he's got some wings and they are a new piece. They're much smaller than the ones from the Eagle Warrior last year, and they attach to this neck bracket piece rather than having it moulded in like the other wings, so you can rotate them around a bit if you want as well. Beneath that, the basic white robe design continues to the back. His face has a simple smile, but then on the other side, he's got big heart eyes. I'm sure that's going to be a very useful one for people making stop motions. The only unfortunate thing is that when the hairpiece is properly lined up, it completely covers the tops of the hearts, so it just looks like he's got big red eyes. He wouldn't be complete without his red bow and arrow, and he also comes with some hearts to fire his arrows into as well. Jumping from antiquity to Victorian times with the steampunk inventor, who takes the number 3 spot. This is another really well detailed minifigure, as his dual moulded legs are printed with gold pinstripes and some tools poking out of a pocket. His green suit has a big golden contraption strapped onto the front with a pressure gauge and some nicely decorated brown straps holding it in place, which do carry around to the back. Of course, the contraption links in with the golden arm, where he has this huge claw hand with steam spewing out the top here, and another pressure gauge on top to monitor the device. The print on the actual arm is really incredible. I love the little bolts and copper details and piston present here. The other arm also has a bit of detail too for the suit jacket. His face is very stereotypical with its styled moustache and monocle, but I do really like how it looks, especially paired with that big top hat, which has some goggles printed on top as well. All around, another stellar minifigure that will for sure inspire a lot of great mocks to place him in, I think. With 2 figures left to look at, the number 2 slot goes to the Wolfpack Beastmaster. Another old castle faction returning as a CMF, this time it's 1992's Wolfpack, and this is much more detailed than the one from last year's medieval town square. He's got dual moulded legs giving him brown boots and chainmail to protect him from enemies. The torso stars the Wolfpack logo with more chainmail printed on the dual moulded arms, which is an extra detail that I really appreciate. There's a chain at the top, which of course links in with this excellent new cape piece. It's a softer fabric style, which means it's nice and spongy so you can move it around without risking creasing it up, and also means we can lift it up to reveal the back print, which is simple but it does the job. The cloak is finished off with a big black hood, and beneath that we can better see this mutton chopped villain face, who has a scar over his left eye. On the flip side, he's howling away to call his trusty companion, this new wolf piece. It's actually a lot bigger than I thought it would be. There's a bit of print for his face, but the rest of it is plain, although the shaping of it is well done. I like the thick fur he's got around the head, and also the fluffy tail that's implied. As well as the wolf, he's armed with a long sword and a shield. This is obviously one of the most wanted figures for this series, and for good reason. It is really well done. Sadly though, that does mean it's a prime target for scalpers, and with prices on Bricklink already crossing $10, this is really one you need to hope that you can find in stores from a fresh box. And so that means the Pirate Quartermaster sails into the number 1 spot. This one really surprised me, to be honest. I knew it would be a good figure just from the pictures, but I didn't expect to like it as much as I do. She's wearing some black boots with a dark red skirt decorated with some golden symbols and a sack of money, which I think looks really good. But even better is the inclusion of an actual skirt piece that just sits over the top of the legs like so. It's got a bit of a tattered design, which is perfect for a pirate. As for the torso, she wears a pretty simple turquoise outfit with a golden necklace adding a bit of extra detail to it, and that does carry around to the back of course. There's also a compass peeking out from the belt, which is another great little detail. The arms are dual moulded, each one with a bracelet printed down by the hand, and as for the head, she's got a simple smirk on one side, while the other side has a much more piratey grin, revealing a golden tooth as well. And topping it all off, she has this new hairpiece with black hair tied up with a red bandana. And this is dual moulded rather than printed, which is always nice to see. Yeah, all in all, I absolutely love this minifigure. Like any pirate, she's armed with a cutlass, but she also comes with this new cockatoo piece, which is a great new parrot variation for LEGO. I really like how the basic shape is similar to the classic parrot piece, but with those yellow feathers added at the top of the head, making it instantly recognisable. She is a fantastic addition to the slowly growing Pirate CMF collection, and of course the world of LEGO Pirates itself. So there we are, Series 27, and since the May slot is confirmed to be Formula 1 race cars instead of a CMF series, this is it now until September with the rumoured Spider-Man series. Once again, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again very soon for another video.